Hi, my name is Lisa Fry. I'm the Kentucky National Archery in the Schools Program Coordinator with the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources. Today we're going to do our second lesson in the National Archery in the Schools program, and this lesson is called Creating, Making a String Bow Training Aid. So what you're going to need is a piece of string, and it needs to be a rigid piece of string that doesn't stretch. So it could be boating cord or clothesline cord or even paracord. Just grab it and pull it and make sure it doesn't stretch. You need about 84 to 90 inches unless you're really short. But somebody like me that's really tall, a 90-inch piece of string works really well. And the first thing that you're going to do, well, before we say the first thing you're going to do, is I want to tell you why we're going to use this piece of string. Well, you're at home, you're sitting at home, you don't have a bow in your hand, but we can simulate holding a bow and drawing a bow and even shooting a bow with this piece of string. And you can do this by watching yourself in the mirror. It'll be great fun. Then when you come to school, you're going to be able, after we do the third lesson and learning the 11 steps, then you'll be able to come with your PE teacher and go right to the range work where you get to put the bows in your hand and really shoot for the first time. So this is a really important thing to have. If you think about other really good athletes out there, I always think about the Olympics, and I think about the those skiers, the downhill skiers. They always use imagery before they get ready to go down the slope. So using this piece of string is kind of like that. You're going to be training your body to develop some muscle memory in your proper shooting form. So this piece of string is really going to be important. It doesn't seem really important. It seems kind of silly, but I guarantee you, you're going to be a really good archer if you be able to use this training aid. So we're going to start with the 84 to 90 inch piece of string. Okay, the first thing I need you to do is take your piece of string and put the two ends together and find the center. We're going to grip the center with the drawing hand, so it's your dominant side. So if you all remember, my dominant eye was my right eye, so I want to draw my bowstring to my dominant eye, and I'm going to use what we call the archer's groove. So I'm going to draw my bowstring with 3 fingers, and my string is going to go across the first joint of my pointer finger. It's going to cross the middle pad of my middle finger and the first joint of my ring finger. When we use our training aid, then what you're doing is we're going to set this up as your bow. This is going to be your string bow. So we're going to set it up to your draw length. And to do that, we have to determine your correct draw length. And it may take a little while, but it's going to take you being able to really look in a mirror to be able to see. So when you're standing, I want you to stand sideways to your mirror. If you are right eye dominant, then you're going to stand with your left shoulder pointed to the mirror. If you are left eye dominant, then you'll stand with your right shoulder pointed to the mirror. So I'm right eye dominant, so I'm going to stand and hold my string in the archer's groove. First joint, middle of the middle finger, and first joint of my ring finger. So the string's in the archer's groove. I'm going to bring it to my side, bring my arm straight down. So you're going to ease your arm forward towards your target. Remember, this hand is kind of like a stop hand. The wrist action there should be kicked up a little bit. Easily draw your string through your hand until you're touching the corner of your mouth. Now what you want to see is, I want you to imagine a line coming up that bowstring. It should come where your elbow is slightly in front of that line. So it's going to take you looking in the mirror to find that. And when you get that, then you're going to pinch this string, and this is going to be the hardest thing you do all day. and it's going to be tying a knot. Believe it or not, make a little circle with your string. Make a little circle and then bring the string through. And you're going to tie a knot. This knot is going to represent your bow grip. Now, we're going to test to make sure that we've got the right length. So we're going to bring our thumb through and put that wad of string in the center of our hand. This is where the bow grip is going to sit on your hand. It's going to go right over top of your lifeline. So we ease that up, bring that string forward or to your corner of your mouth. If your string is too short, and you can look at the diagram and see the correct draw length, but if your elbow is jutted way out, then your string's too short. If your elbow's way back and you can't see, then it's way too long. So you want to be able to look at that diagram and see what they're talking about, or what I'm talking about, where a line drawn up that string should cross slightly behind that bent elbow. So I'm thinking I feel pretty good here. Hand, fingers, just nice and loose. Pretend you're on a bow grip, that you're on a bow grip. So this is your appropriate draw length. We're going to use this to learn the 11 steps to archery success. If you've created your string bow and you find that you're too short, you find that your elbow is sticking way out, or if you find that your elbow is way back, too far, then you're going to have to change your knot. So if my elbow's out, that means my string bow's too short, then I'm going to have to loosen my knot and lengthen my string. So it's going to be, it'll take a few minutes, but you just, in looking in your mirror, and you just keep working until you can find where your hand is, your wrist is kind of up, and your fingers in the corner of your mouth, and you can look down that string and be able to place that line right there, slightly behind that bent elbow. You do that, you're going to be great.